Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Mike Donnelly with Barrier Free Contractors. And this is the Accessible Barrier Free Homes channel. I combine it with the Accessing My Home podcast, which I think you're really going to love. Today, we're speaking with Israel Santiago of 101 Mobility, an expert installer, an expert contractor, and works with Chuck Volmer and 101 Mobility as his main associate. So, Israel, hey, thanks, bud. Thanks for coming on today. And what do you say we talk some turkey?
Absolutely. Sounds good.
I like it. Okay. So why don't you give us some insight today on pool lifts, Israel? What got you involved in it, and give us a little insight as to the process.
Okay. Pool lives, honestly, it wasn't how I started. I started on the van side, but being here in Florida, pool lifts just kind of built its own aura, if you will, in that it's therapeutic. So a lot of this disabled that we deal with, their range of motion is an issue. And a lot of them maybe did swimming in the past. There's a lot of exercise that come from being in a pool. However, they can't make it up the steps or down the steps. Maybe they can get in, but the issue is truly getting back out. And for a lot, they're in a chair and they can't do anything else, a power chair or a manual chair, or maybe they're getting around in a scooter, in a power mobility scooter. But either way, their range of motion is very little. They have a PT, a physical therapist that comes out and maybe they work with them once or twice a week. They can't get them the range of motion that getting into a pool will because of the buoyancy. They're able to move parts, they're able to float, they have their freedom and independence back just by being able to sit in the seat lowers them into a pool to get that range of motion back. Maybe hip rotation is an issue, or they're 20 or 30% from the hip down, and they don't have the ability to sustain their own weight. So these products will allow them to get in a pool and get that range of motion, and it affects everybody. A person with MS, cerebral palsy, any of that, they have 5-point slings for people that have seizures. They can get into a pool and kind of get that relaxation back, or get that range of motion back, or feel like they have that freedom to be in a pool once again. It is for sure, without a doubt, one of the best pieces of therapy in our field. And it's something they have at home.
Let me ask you. Now, you and I just corroborated on one the other day, and what you did was we went ahead and put the concrete in, and so you're going to put that pool lift onto this concrete slab that we put in. What's the
Correct.
technical details around that?
So, as far as it stands, the individual place we went to, it had pavers, and from what they understood, underneath the pavers was nothing but sand. So in that instance, I call you or have them call you directly, and they get a pad. Generally, it's a 4x4 pad, maybe 4 to 6 inches deep. The one we did was a little larger for the complex we were at there. That was more of a commercial ordeal. However, you get that pad put in. At this point, we put in a pedestal, but we would have just core drilled that, which that's a piece of machinery. We come out, it drills a 4 to 6 inch hole in the concrete. We set in the anchor, concrete it in place, or epoxy it in place, give it time to dry, and then we drop that lift in. That's more so for a lift that is rotational 360 to 180, meaning it will fully spin to get in the pool and then come back out. And needing to drop, say, plus a 23-inch entry into the pool, meaning they have a ledge and they have to drop down, actually physically down into the pool, or come over the ledge to get in and then go down. A product like what we did there, with the Scout or the Aqua Creek SR Smith all have a Splash 2. They all have a product that does exactly what we did there. And it puts it down and into the pool. It's up to 400 to 600 pounds capacity. So the larger patient or the smaller patient can all use it, depending. There's fully manual ones that kind of do the same thing as well to keep with a lower price point.
Well, I gotta tell you, the people that you did the work for, you know, us being there and doing the initial part of the concrete, the people are very happy. You did a hell of a nice job. So folks, you heard it from the expert here. You heard some really good stuff. So if you really liked it, which I know you did, please subscribe to this channel. We would love to have you with us. And Israel, I want to thank you so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
It's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you,
All
Mike.
right, we're going to be talking to you shortly.
All right, sounds good.